Good evening. I'm sorry it looks so dark. My webcam just does not, pick up any light anymore. It's just getting so old. Um, yeah, obviously it's evening. I went to sleep and then decided to make a vlog after. Um, a few things to report. Probably not all that interesting, but, um, my job basically consists of being in the back room and putting away things that don't go on the shelves on the floor, like things that there's too much of. My job also consists in the beginning of the shift taking some of that stuff out that does need to be on the shelves, and they're called picks. You pick them out of the back rooms, which we call the back room shelves, which we call the bins. Um, well, I always do the pet department because it's a pretty big one, and it's usually fun. It passes the time. Um, well, there was a bunch of crap in front of those bins, so that I couldn't get to some of the stuff, and I was like freaking out, and I couldn't figure out what to do. And this is all internal, by the way, because I don't really talk at work all that much, so I basically have an inner monologue that does all the talking for me, so I was freaking out in my head. And then I realized that there's a back of the bins, because, we use both the back and the front. So I checked the back of the bins to see if they were full, and they were not, so to get to the other bins, I actually climbed through the bins and got the stuff out. So I felt pretty smart being able to figure out, an alternate way to get the stuff without having to move anything. But I wanted to note that because I felt pretty smart. And then, I also do health and beauty sometimes. Like, typically, I'm the one that's putting the merchandise back on the shelves. I've never actually taken the stuff out, and there was like 111, maybe even more items yesterday. And I was like, alright, well, this will definitely pass the time. And I always wondered, why did it take one person like an entire half the first shift to do that? And I was like, why would it do that? Um, well, I figured out why. It is an overwhelming amount of stuff. And a lot of it's kind of difficult to get to because it's like one item in a box full of a bunch of stuff. Whenever the person who normally does it came to help, I was like, oh my gosh, I have no idea how you do this. It just makes me like I didn't even make a word. I just made like a weird noise. But she helped me finish it, and it went a lot faster. Like, I don't know if I'm ever going to do that one again, because that was super hard. I may try it again, but that was really, really hard. Um, I've got a cold. I don't know if you can hear it. I started feeling it yesterday when I went to work. I was, like, sneezing a lot, and I was like, this is usually how a cold starts, and I definitely have one. There's been a couple people around me at work and at home that have been sick, so it usually catches up with me. Um, I have 2 days off after today. I'm going to take the time to paint my door, so what you see in the background that's my door, it's going to be blue. Um, I'm also going to bake one of my favorite dishes for my mother. And who knows what else. Probably play more video games, because, I can only really play Vagrant Story like an hour at a time, because it's kind of difficult for me. I like it, but it's difficult. It's definitely hard gameplay. I'm still putting in applications at GameStop. So there's like 3 in Hagerstown. Hagerstown's in Maryland, by the way. I live in Pennsylvania, about 10 minutes from the Maryland border, so when I talk about Maryland and Pennsylvania, it's because they're so close to one another, because, I'm on the border. But there's 3 different places I can put in there, and that makes me happy, because eventually I do want out of this job, and been paying off my bills pretty well. Really excited to get all those paid off so that I can start saving up for a place of my own, because, I really, really, really want a place of my own. I did start playing WoW. I have a Pandaren. I've wanted to play WoW for a long time, but I didn't know if it was me wanting to play or just because my friends had played and I kind of wanted to play with them. I always take time to make my decisions really long now, because I realize that I'm influenced by others a lot. So WoW's been out for 8 years, and I think that if I've wanted to consistently play for 8 years, that I seriously want to play. So I made a character, and I made her look a lot like my character Amandra, and that made me happy. I'm still learning how to walk and move, which, you know, it's hard for me because the only thing I've ever played was MapleStory. I've never played any other games that required using the computer. I've always used a controller, so I'm just happy that I'm learning to walk and nobody has, like, said any mean things to me or anything. But we have a really bad internet connection, so I have to take it a bit at a time because I get disconnected from WoW a lot. But hopefully we'll have a better connection and I can start playing a little more often and make some friends or whatever. I don't think I have anything else to report besides that. Sorry if it's boring, but you know, I just do these vlogs kind of as a daily video journal for myself. If people are interested in them, awesome. If they're not, okay. Alright, well, I will talk to you all later. Bye.